Focusing now on alignment with our arms to push the head back. So we're starting to feel the connection here in our upper arm through our neck. Focusing on alignment from the arms up into the head for this retraction. So today we're talking about how our ego speaks in solutions, saying something along the lines of, once I have everything in place, I will have peace. But acknowledging that spirit speaks truth, saying, once I have peace, everything will fall into place. Today I want to focus on letting go of our need to control or figure out or find a solution for things that are going on in our lives or our bodies. Truly giving it to God in prayer in the ways we show up and in the ways we worship. So let's go ahead and release, starting from the necks, bringing that chin back up, releasing the shoulders back down and back, bringing those palms back together, and allowing the arms to fall to either side. Our verse of the evening is, if God is all you have all you need. We're going to move up to our chairs now, onto our chair. And an option here is to also grab a pillow or something soft to have with you. I'll demonstrate. So we start in that easy seat to start to engage from our hips. So we're going to do the same thing in our chairs, just taking the weight off of our knees and legs as we stretch in our chair. So this is a really good one to do if you've sat all day, if you've been at work, just starting to engage again from the hips up into the lower back to engage the core. Thanks, guys. Great job. Good. And what we're going to do is just pick one knee at a time to bring up toward the chest. So nice and gently, my hands are coming here to the back of my leg, and I'm just gently pulling it up. What that's going to do is start to engage the lower abdomen through this movement. So still remembering that alignment, aligning our arms with our head here, so that we're pushing back slightly, keeping that chest nice and open as we start to engage the lower part of our body, our lower abdomen. Just gently pushing it up one knee at a time. We're okay with some shakiness here. Just taking it nice and slow to start to engage those lower abdomen muscles. Focusing on alignment today, right? So nice and slow as we exhale, we'll bring it back down. And gently lift from the other knee. Hands here at the back of my hamstring, just providing gentle support through this movement. Again, we're okay with a little bit of shakiness here. If you need some extra support, you could also put a block or a pillow, something soft, under your leg. If you'd like to try to achieve a deeper stretch, you could bring that knee up closer to your chest. Putting in a pillow between the chest and knee is also an option here. We're focusing here on creating separation between the upper and lower parts of our body, right? So as you're breathing through this, continue to push back from the neck, the back of the head, right here at the base of our neck. Aligning that with the back of our arms, right here next to our shoulders. Allowing that chest to stay nice and open. Upper abdomen's engaged. Good. And then breathing out for a gentle release. Focusing on opening the ribcage now. We're going to shake out those shoulders side to side. Noticing any tension, especially in the shoulders here. So practicing some gentle rolls. You'll see I'm putting my hands up on my shoulders to maintain that alignment in the back of my arm. Up and down, making some circles, drawing with those elbows. Again, noticing any tension. A good thing to do here is to do one shoulder at a time, to notice any areas that are especially tight. Good. Garber Mott says, when there is tension, there is a need for attention. Explaining that when feelings arise, it's an ask from our body, from our physical self, to pay attention to it, to nourish it, to fill it, and to harvest information from it. So when we're looking at these areas of tension, we're looking compassionately. We don't want these areas to haunt us or to hurt us, but instead we want to harvest information from them, see what our body is saying to us, seeking understanding and truth to authentically observe. So from here, we should be feeling nice and open. Again, gently pushing in from the lower part of our spine next to our hips, keeping those hips aligned and square as we start to sit up nice and tall and stretch up toward the ceiling. So you'll see I'm just aligning up from the base of my spine all the way up to my fingertips. From here, we're going to choose one side, reaching down between the shoulder blades, then pushing on top of the opposite elbow, nice and gently. My gaze is up toward the ceiling here. Good. To start to engage, again, that same spot at the base of our neck, or the base of our skull, I should say. Chin's up just slightly here. Okay, again with a little shakiness, but feel free to relax and reset at any time. We're going to exhale, stretching back up to the ceiling, keeping those fingertips there to create space between the fingertips and the hips. Again, aligning from the hips up through each vertebrae in the spine, all the way to our fingertips before bringing the opposite hand down between the shoulder blades. Good, and gently pushing that elbow down to deepen that stretch through the upper part of our arm. That's where we're focusing our alignment today, with our neck especially, encouraging our chest to stay nice and open, shoulders to stay open and relaxed. So as you're breathing here, feel those ribs expanding with each breath. Deep inhale in and gentle sigh out from the mouth. In through the nose and exhale out from the mouth. Again, we're okay with some shakiness, but feel free to release early if you must, if you feel a need to. Together, we're going to release with an exhale back up toward the ceiling. Again, my chin is still up, slightly looking toward the ceiling. Before exhaling, arms back down to my side. Great job, everybody. So now we're feeling nice and open. Our ribs are feeling nice and open. You can put your hands on them if you'd like to feel how that breath is moving through your rib cage. And through the nose and out through the mouth. Noticing tension, noticing hesitation in the breath. Again, seeking to authentically understand the truth of our feelings, authentically observing ourselves. Great job, everybody. So now we're sat all the way back in our chair. You can allow your shoulders to fall back into your seat. As we start to engage our cervical spine by applying a gentle retraction again, just bringing that chin in towards the throat. Again, from this spot at the base of my skull is where I'm aligning with my arms. So you'll feel when you retract just a bit in your neck, you'll feel how your retraction aligns then with the back of the arms, keeping those shoulders back slightly. So my arms will stay here at my side. Good job as I just engage that alignment. Taking a moment to feel how that alignment is feeling for me, how that alignment is falling into place, and how my posture is finding itself here at the back of my seat. Now from here, we're going to push up from that spot in the arm. So hopefully after you've taken a moment to focus on that area, you can feel how we're lifting from that spot. I'll keep my hands here on my shoulders. Lifting from that spot to bring the elbows up. Maintaining that retraction through the base of the skull. And then exhaling, elbows back down. Let's try that again. Again, if you need to, you can bring your arms down and feel that alignment by pushing back into your chair and gently retracting the neck. Finding that spot in the back of the arms to push up from. Elbows up to the ceiling. Welcome in. Holding here for just a moment, keeping that neck retracted. Alignment from the arm. And then exhaling gently back down. Great job. So from here, let's start to engage Again, our cervical spine, and now through the front of our bodies. I'm feeling my rib cage again, breathing. Feeling that expansion. Looking compassionately and allowing my body to position itself in proper posture, the same way God has a habit of positioning us in our path or on our path. Starting to see these things as redirection instead of rejection, signs instead of symptoms. Continuing our breath, releasing that retraction with each breath as we exhale, allowing a gentle crouching motion again through the rib cage as we re-engage the back here. So you'll feel how your shoulders can start to fall, the neck can start to fall toward the chest, and pushing those shoulders in together toward the chest allows us to feel that same expansion now in the back. So for us to continue this breath, to embrace and understand, requires some level of obedience, of discipline. For us to understand that when a door opens, that we are preparing ourselves for when opportunity comes our way. We feel ready, we feel secure, we feel open. From here, you can use your band to start to stretch in the opposite direction. Again, opening up from the chest. Let me demonstrate with our band here. I'm going to just stay in my seat and use a strap, a band, anything long and stretchy in either hand, just holding on tight in our palms here with thumbs up, the same motion we practiced before, right? So we have our thumbs up here. We're going to turn the thumbs to the side. And what that's doing is, again, engaging the back of the arm here, that area we're focusing on today. And so as you're gently pulling on either side, feel how that alignment is engaged as you strengthen this part, this muscle in your shoulders. So again, our elbows are here in towards the waist. Our thumbs are pointed out to either side. Practicing that same motion with our palms facing one another. Gently tugging, creating openness in the front now. So our gaze is neutral here. We're not focusing much on our necks at all. What we're really feeling is the back of our arm, how it's aligned with our shoulders. So if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you could lengthen, create some length in your strap, make your arms all the way out to your full wingspan, right? Keeping those palms facing toward one another, pointing those thumbs out. Good. Maintaining that alignment still through the back of the arm through this motion. Still engaging the front of the chest. And now creating just slight tension up through the front of the collarbone here. So we're starting to stretch up through the full shoulder as we lengthen out our band here, engaging the full wingspan. Taking it nice and slow with those thumbs out. What you can do is start to push those thumbs back so that the strap is across your collarbone fully. Again, feeling some slight tension from our band here. Focusing on strengthening through the arms. Gaining alignment from the arms, through the shoulders, up into the neck. So we're going to hold this for another breath. If you'd like an added challenge, you could start to add some retraction just by pushing the chin in and up slightly. So you'll see how my chin goes down towards my throat and then up. Again, creating just a slight tension here at the base of the neck, the base of the skull. We'll hold this for one more breath and then gently release, creating some looseness and flexibility through the front here to come back to our center. So again, elbows here at the waist, thumbs pointed out, and palms pointed toward one another. Nice and gentle as we slow down and release back down. Great job, guys. So we're not just stretching, we're also strengthening. So take a moment again to take account of how our shoulders are feeling here after that strengthening exercise. Again, drawing those circles with our elbows, moving up and down, or again, creating circles to the front or the back. So when doors open in our life, when we are obedient and open, ready for redirection, the question is, now what? What do we do? Who is in the room? And how can we share compassionately where we are? A verse of the evening that we're going to share tonight is, if God is for you, who can be against you? So let's share prayer quietly or silently as we start to relax, regaining that looseness in our shoulders and spine. Great job, everybody. So from here, we'll start to wake up the lower body. You can start to move up, hinging up from the hips, pushing up from the palms, to stand from your chair and come to the side of it. What we're going to do is put one leg up on our chair. The opposite leg can walk back to be either on your knee or lunging down slightly. And here's where you can use a block or a pillow between your chest and your knee for some support here. And so what this looks like is just an assisted lunge. We're just starting to open the hips nice and gently, maintaining that same alignment, keeping those hips square as we do so. Taking things nice and slow. Our chest and shoulders should still feel open here. Necks are neutral. Feeling strong and tall. Open, prepared, and ready. Noticing who are the people in the rooms that you are in at this time of your life. How are we serving them compassionately? Continuing our breath as we move through this motion gently, allowing our knee to align itself with our ankle here. So again, our knee should be over our ankle, but not beyond our toes. My hand is going to come here to my knee to support it. So my left hand is at my left knee. Now my right hand is going to come towards the seat of my chair or the back of my chair. Here's where a pillow could really help you if you need some extra support here to allow your chest to fall down towards your knee. Great job. Staying here just for a moment. We could pedal the foot, allowing weight to disperse itself from the front, through the side, all the way to the heel on our right foot here. As it supports our weight here, it stays long and strong. Again, if you'd like to deepen this stretch, you could bring the knee all the way down towards the ground. Otherwise, you can keep it out and slightly bent. Good job, guys. Yeah, that's an advanced level chair pose, right? So we're just taking it nice and slow. Good. So to deepen this stretch with our hand here, what we can do is slightly pull up from our right hand. This will start to strengthen also these left side hip muscles. So you'll feel how just creating a little bit of tension by pulling up on that right hand creates some more alignment through the left hip as well. Always ensuring that that left knee is not beyond our left toes, but aligned with the left ankle. Again, feeling free to pedal that back foot. It is taking a lot of our weight here, so make sure you're paying attention on how that right ankle is feeling. We want to avoid any tension or overcompensation there in the right ankle. Good. Again, feel free to bend that knee down towards the floor. Stretching out that right hip, taking it nice and slow. Pulling up from that right hand. And then the last adaptation we'll add is gently turning our collarbone, the front of the body that we practice stretching, toward the right side. So I'm moving from the chin to twist my collarbone slightly toward the right side. Taking it nice and slow here, guys. Good job. We're not just stretching, we're also strengthening. So those small movements that we're adding, those small tweaks that we're adding to this pose may welcome some shakiness, maybe some discomfort. Take notice of how your body is feeling, guys. Feel free to reset at any time. We'll hold this again for one more moment, gently pushing down on that left leg, that left knee. Pedaling the right foot, bringing that knee down, creating openness as we pull up from the right hand and chins toward the right side. For one more breath, then we'll exhale, coming back up to the foot fully, taking things nice and slow. We're removing our chest from our knee. Good job. Using the hands gently, just straighten out that left leg. Nice and slow. Taking notice of how that right leg is feeling. As we work again through stretching and strengthening the lower body now. From here, nice and slow, using your hands to support you, we'll bring our legs back down. Standing in front of our chair again. And just pedaling out the feet, finding our center, finding our balance so that we can realign these hips. Our goal is to keep the hips square through these movements to create openness there. If you want to try shifting from foot to foot, just taking notice of how each hip is feeling, how our legs are doing here. Good job. Moving again from heel to toe, toe to heel. Dispersing the weight from the front through the sides, then to the back of our feet. Great job, everybody. All right, so as we move up to the other side, to the right side, you may want to shift your chair. I'll come to this side so that friends can see. Good. It's nice to have the back of the chair on the side that you're pulling up from for some extra support there, especially as we turn that way. It's nice for some extra support in case you need to hold on to it. So again, now my right leg, my left leg was just up on my chair. Now my right leg is up on my chair. My hand is just gently sat on my right knee. Again, we'll hold that for just a second, focusing on aligning from the hips, keeping them square through this movement. It's important to keep them square as we stretch and strengthen them, so we're not overcompensating and creating any tension or tightness on any one side. A fuller breath comes first, so let's take our big breath, re-engaging those ribs, collarbones and shoulders. Necks are neutral as well, keeping things nice and open on the top of our body so that we can breathe, exhaling down to meet our chest toward our knee. Again, here's where you could add a pillow, something soft between your chest and your knee. Nice and gentle. We could rock here, pedal the foot. Good job. Keeping that left leg slightly bent, that left knee slightly bent here. Again, if you'd like an added challenge, you could bring that knee all the way down toward the floor, ensuring we can keep the hips square as we do so. and aligning always the knee with the ankle, not bringing it beyond the toes. Keeping that breath full this time as we do this. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Feeling open and prepared, of course. Our mantra for the day. Again, bringing that chest down toward the knee. To start to engage, again, that right hip. Good. We can bend that left knee down toward the floor, creating openness between the hips. And again, using my left hand to grab on to the side of my chair, to the seat of my chair. Taking things nice and slow. We're okay with some shakiness, of course, but always feel free to take a break, reset at any time. Our full breath can really support us through stabilizing this movement. Adding in those slight adaptations again, pulling up gently from the left hand. And again, noticing any areas of tightness in the hips, leaning into them here, but always feeling free to break if we need to. We want to avoid any pain, especially any discomfort. But again, some shakiness is okay here because we are strengthening and stretching at the same time. So you may feel a little unease. But if you're noticing any tightness, do reset. Because oftentimes one hip is a little tighter than the other. So usually we're inclined to start with the hip that's a bit easier for us, a little less shaky, more stable. Maybe this feels a little more challenging on this side. So continue that full breath, pedaling the feet, bending the knee if we need to. Making this a dynamic movement is helpful in supporting our body and identifying areas of tightness. And as we're here, we're going to affirm ourselves. Affirmations are a form of prayer. And so with these affirmations, consider what you desire to bring to God and to give to God today. God says we are worthy. God is on our side. Our lives are a blessing. We are open to give and receive God's gifts. And so my encouragement to you this week is to be consistent with those affirmations, with those prayers, to fight throughout your week to find your flow and frequency, your faith. Again, our one last adaptation, we're pulling up from that left side and gently turning toward it. And we'll start to push back up, hands grabbing onto the seat of our chair, right hand on our right knee, taking it nice and slow. Hi. Before exhaling, using that chair to support you, to bring that foot back down and pedal the feet again. Great job, you guys. Let's pedal from front to back, heel to toe again, always through the side of our feet. Our hands can grab onto our chair to support the front of our body here. Because again, we're focusing on strengthening and stretching the lower body through these poses. The Bible says, don't be afraid, just believe. We're really embracing that as we affirm we are worthy. God is on our side. Our lives are blessings. We are open to give and receive God's gifts. Scripture says, when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. So let's remember this week. Remember that we are focusing just on aligning ourselves, being with our breath, keeping our bodies nice and open. Let's take a bit of a break, guys. I'm going to put my chair here to my side and come back to my mat now. Great job. Like I said, a chair is a great place to include a stretch throughout your day, include some strengthening throughout our day. But now we're going to come back to our mats nice and slow. My hands are here on either side to catch me. I'm going to start by just bending the knees, and again, practicing that same motion of bringing the chest to the knees. The balls of my feet will support me as I fall towards one hip into an easy seat. Nice and slow. Great, we're back to where we started, you guys. So again, we're aligning from the hips, keeping them nice and square as we start to push from the lower back just slightly to engage the abdomen. Good, shoulders go up, back, and down. Wonderful job, everyone. Keeping things nice and open as we practice just being, just breathing, coming back to the breath. Again, you could put your hands here on your rib cage if you want to feel that fullness. That's the area we're focusing on opening today through the rib cage. That's both in the front and back of your body. So the stretches we practiced today all focus on expanding that area, strengthening and stretching the muscle groups around them to posture our bodies properly, allowing itself space to properly posture itself, positioning those muscles, those bones, knowing that we are who we practice being, especially when no one is looking, knowing that it's hard but worthwhile, that our identity is not set in stone, and then oftentimes it's easier to create change than to stay stuck. So notice those areas of tension. Pray together and affirm that God has got you. God is on your side. You are a blessing, open to giving and receiving God's gifts for you. Practicing is hard. Posturing and positioning ourselves properly is hard, both physically and emotionally. But being detached from God is harder. Lucky for us, the doors that God opens are not just for us. He uses them also to impact and inspire others too. So together as we finish up, let's bring our hands here, palms here to the chest. And let's ask, God, what can I do for you today? We talked last week about a psychology method called distract to distress, or distress to distract, vice versa. A way of coping in which we look for problems that others are facing or seek ways to compassionately serve others, to comfort ourselves, to create change and create good in the room that we are in, the door that is open for us. So this week our mission is to grow with God, reminding ourselves, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Continue our breath, keeping those rib cages open. We're going to retract just gently here at the neck by bringing our chin here to our throat. Engaging again at the base of the skull before gently bowing down from the forehead. And here, as we share in a breath, a moment of meditation together, our job is to ask the questions, the hard questions, to hear the thoughts that go unheard, to hear God's word. The pain that you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that is coming. Again, as you're bowing your head, create that openness through the back of the ribs. Again, just under the shoulder blades there, feeling that expansion, that openness, filling it with our breath. Remembering once more that holding on can sometimes feel safer to us than letting go, as our mind does try to solve things for us. But affirming that our power really is in release. Forgiving ourselves is important. It doesn't always turn into trust, but it does always foster awareness. So be aware of the ways God is giving and opening doors for you as we share a prayer together.